what is up? So firstly, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a wonderful couple of days. Definitely have had a break in every single form possible in my life. I just really needed it. I don't know if you guys feel the same, if you're in a similar position, if you've had a couple of days off over Christmas, like, oh, it's just been so needed and I've just enjoyed every second. But anyway, I'm back today with another video. Today's video, I thought, well, basically I've done this for the last couple of days where I talk about the things that I've learned when clearing my skin throughout the year. So these are the top things I've learned when it comes to skincare throughout 2019. So I'm just going to jump on straight into it. I've got them written down on my iPad, which has been such a firm favourite of 2019, may I please just add. I bought myself this literally in October, so it's pretty new. I got myself an iPad Air with the Apple Pencil, and for me it's just literally been game changing because I can just write everything in it and now I don't have to have all these notebooks, so I absolutely love it. Number one, I'm starting with probably the biggest thing I've learned this year with my skin, is that my skin and body just does not like coconut, whether that be ingesting it on my face topically, anything coconut. I've noticed my skin comes up in bumps, it breaks out, and this is something that I am like 90% sure on with this, because I have definitely, you know, kept my eye on it, and if I've slipped up and my skin starts breaking out, I look at all the products I've used new, and then I'm like, ah, it's got coconut in it, and it's like, oh my god, it's so a thing. Definitely I noticed it when I ingest it though, so I've cut out coconut completely from my diet. I remember in the year when I posted a video about this, and the difference in literally a week, I'll put that video if you want to go see it, was just crazy. So yeah, coconut has been a massive game changer, like cutting it out. Let me know in the comments below if you've had any discoveries for yourself when it comes to food and your skin reacting, like breaking out. Let me know if you've made any links, that'd be really cool to know. So number two is introducing acids slowly. Now firstly, putting acids into my skincare routine has actually been a new thing for me this year, because I did use acids. If you watched my salicylic purge with me, that was like maybe 2 years ago, I did try and use the acid thing and it just did not work well for me. My skin broke out like crazy and it never got better. So I was always very wary of acids, and I always found that when I used acids, yeah, my skin just freaked out. So I kind of had a massive break from them for like a good year or so. And this year I decided to have a little dibble and dabble. It's because my skin cleared up basically. So then, you know, logically I think, oh, my skin's clear, let's see if I ruin it again. Like, how that makes sense, I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to have a little experiment and I tried out some acids and I was very pleasantly surprised. And the one thing I implemented this time around was I introduced them slowly. If you're going to use acids in your skincare, literally start off like maybe using it once a week. Don't care what the bottle says, I don't care if it says use it every single night. Use it once a week to start off with. You know, see how your skin responds. If your skin's absolutely fine, you know, then maybe the next week you might go up to 2 times a week, and then you see how that goes and you move it, and you move it up slowly. Because the biggest thing I've learned when it comes to acids is that overdoing it is just, that's just where you get all the problems, and sometimes it makes things worse than better. Because basically what a lot of acids do, like let's say like glycolic acid for example, it can speed up the natural like regeneration process. So if you've got stuff under the skin, it can help like bring that to the surface quicker. Also other acids, for example like with salicylic and things, that, you know, working to get into the pores and clean them out, you know, and get rid of breakouts. Sometimes your breakouts are drawn to the surface more, so if you've got a lot of stuff built up, it can bring it all out. So what happens if you use it every single night, it speeds up that process so quickly that all these breakouts come out, and it's just, yeah, it's a lot at once. So yeah, definitely break it in slowly, and yeah, that's just the biggest thing I've learned this year. And now I use acids in my skincare routine every single week, and I like to do it with masks. That's my favourite place to put my acids, because I feel like with a mask you have a lot of control over it. I don't like having acids in like products that you use every day. Like, don't have an acid in your moisturiser, because you always use your moisturiser, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I like to have mine in masks so I can like choose when and where they go. Number 3, so this is a little tip that I learned this year. Well, not even learned, it's something that I just kind of made up and it just works amazingly, is putting a plaster on my face after I pop a spot. So firstly I'm just going to say, yes, if a spot is on my face and it's like got a massive yellow head on the top of it, I am going to pop it. There are some spots I will not touch, and especially like tiny little white heads, I leave them because they'll just dry up and they come off your face. But if it's like a, you know, a proper spot, I do pop it. Personally, I just find that my skin's going to mark whether I pop it or not, so I'd rather just pop it and then have it flat. That's just me. I'm not saying that's advice, that's just literally what I do. Anyway, one of my biggest pet peeves though is when you pop a spot and then like you might put some tea tree on it or something, you know, to help kill the bacteria, but then you wake up the next morning and it's got reinfected. So my trick that I came up with, I didn't come up with it actually, I know other people probably do this as well, but this is just something that, you know, came to my brain this year, is after I pop a spot, I pop a little bit of tea tree on it, and then I get a wash-proof plaster, so like a waterproof plaster. Don't use a fabric one, it's gonna be way too abrasive on the skin. But yeah, like a waterproof plaster, and I actually cut mine down now. I used to just put like a whole plaster on, but I like to cut it down so it's like very minimal adhesive around it. And basically I pop that on top of the spot, and I sleep with that overnight, and when I take it off in the morning, the spot is like completely flat and there's no like new infection. So that for me has been a massive like tip, and I absolutely love it. Like I do that every single time now. It just works really, really well. So yeah, that is definitely something I recommend. So if you want to go like see the video on how I actually do that and see it in action, then I'll leave that video as well. And also I'll just throw in now, because I know some people will say, okay, the adhesive on plasters is not good for the skin, or like, I don't know, I remember someone was telling me something about it, and I completely get that. So I know there's other companies that do like specific ones you can put on your face, but I've had no problem with just using normal waterproof plasters. In my opinion, it hasn't been problematic for me at all. So yeah, it's just a lot cheaper and it works, so that's why I choose those plasters. So number 4 is about hyaluronic. So something I've learned this year is hyaluronic is just so worth the hype. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so late to the party on this one, because hyaluronic has been around for ages and everyone's been hyping up about it, but I just kind of, I don't know what it was. It's not, I never like read anything to not use it, I never got told anything not to use it. I don't know, it's just kind of like a feeling, like I was like, I don't need that. I don't know why, but anyway, this year tried it. Oh, phone. But yeah, this year tried it, and yes, I do need it, Ebony. You do need it. It is so good. What hyaluronic acid is good for is it holds 1,000 times its weight in water. So firstly, it hydrates your skin. It just, when your skin's more hydrated as well, it's more plump, it's better for the texture. It's also been amazing for acne actually, like for clearing my skin. It's actually kept my skin so much more clearer and smoother as well. I remember the first week I started using it, I was just like touching my face after I've cleansed it, and I was like, put the serum on, and I was like, oh my god, it's just so good. So yeah, not only is it given like amazing like texture results, but it's also actually helped my acne, and my acne has been so much better. Like my skin has been much clearer actually using it. Because another thing is as well with acne prone skin, usually a lot of acne prone skin is actually very dehydrated, so obviously you need that hyaluronic to rehydrate your skin. So yeah, definitely recommend it. The one that I've been using is by the Inky List, and it's just their hyaluronic acid serum. It is so inexpensive. It's literally like, I think in Boots in the UK it's like £5 or something around there. Like it's really, really affordable. So yeah, and that's the one I've been using, and I've bought 2 bottles now. Okay, and the last thing that I learned this year when it comes to my skin is not overwashing my skin. I've always been mindful of this. Like I've always been pretty good. Like I, cleanse my skin in the morning, cleanse my skin at night, and that's it. Like I don't use stripping, cleansers and all that kind of stuff. Very mindful of it. But basically I put out a video on knowing, how your cleanser is right for your skin, and then it got me thinking, and I was like, I wonder, if that method that people talk about where they just splash their face with water in the morning and just cleanse in the night, I wonder if that would work for my skin. So I gave it a go, and lo and behold, yeah, my skin really, really liked it, and my skin has actually been much more balanced. The texture of it has been fine as well, and yeah, I just really, really like it. I've noticed really great results. Please let me know if you are one of these people as well who just like splash their face with water in the morning and then just cleanse at night. Let me know if your skin reacts best with that. The thing is, if you have really oily skin, then I can definitely, see cleansing your face in the morning and night is going to be more beneficial, because obviously you've accumulated a lot of oil overnight. So I'm not saying not washing your face in the morning is the right thing to do, not at all. It's all about your skin. I really like doing these videos. I actually had a little look at last year's, like what I learned in 2018 video, and it's just crazy to see how much you can change in a year. And just the things that I was saying, like a lot of the things that I said I learned in 2018 are actually, some of them are very opposite really to what I think this year, and that just shows like how much your body can change, how your responses can change as well. And this is something I always like to say to you guys, is that things aren't forever. A lot of things, like some of these things with our skin that we think are triggers, this isn't necessarily a trigger for you forever. Like things can definitely change and get better as well. Like my food intolerances and like the things that I react to, my list has got substantially smaller to like a couple of years ago. Like for example, like I don't like have dairy, nor like I don't normally buy it. I would never buy cow's milk and buy things with dairy in, but it's been Christmas and I ain't gonna lie, I've definitely had a lot of dairy in my food over the last couple of weeks. Well, not really a couple of weeks, more like a couple of days. And the thing is that my skin's been fine, and it's just crazy because like if I had a load of dairy like a couple of years ago, my skin would have freaked out like crazy. And it just, you know, it just shows you like your body can change. And yeah, that's why I like doing these videos, because I always think they're good to look back on, and I also think it's cool to like, you know, I guess reflect a little bit on what you've learned and where you've come and like your journey, because that's the thing with skin, it is a journey, and it's a great journey because you're learning so much. Like if I wasn't on this journey, god, half this stuff I wouldn't even know. And a little thing I want to leave you with, and this is actually something that I've said literally majority of my life, and it kind of not even fits with your skin journey, but it can fit with your life if you're going through anything difficult in your life right now. Something that I've always said is, something goes wrong and you're in a bit of a, you know, dip moment, you can just say to yourself, do you know what, this is going to make my success story even better. That's what I've always said. So if you're having a low point, just think, do you know what, this is making my success story even better. So when you get to that moment of like, you know, you've got to that end of it, not necessarily at the end, but you're on one of the highs, you look back and it just makes things like that high even higher. So yeah, just want to leave you guys with that. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Christmas, like I said at the beginning of the video, and we're just about to hit New Year, so happy New Year guys. I also want to add thank you so much for your support this year. It honestly means the absolute world to me. This year we hit 11,000 as well, so that's exciting. We hit the big 10 actually, that was really exciting, getting into double digits, full stop. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for your love and support on this channel, because it honestly does mean the world to me, and I look forward to sharing more videos with you in 2020. But anyway guys, have a wonderful day, happy New Year, and I'll see you guys next year. Have you seen that meme where it's like you always have that one co-worker who says like, see you next year? That's me. See you next year guys, I love you so much. Mwah. Bye.